Hey everyone, and welcome to a Too Tall Tina tutorial. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through how to access and use the debug menu to score, free landscaping, and decor. First things first is to open up the cheat box. You're going to do that by pressing Ctrl, Shift, and C, and you see the white box open. And we're going to type in testing cheats true. Then we're going to type in bb.moveObjects on, I'll talk about that later, and then bb.show hidden objects, and bb.show live edit objects. What these three BB cheats have done is open up an entirely new menu of things that you can access, and I'm going to show you that now. And everything looks normal at this point, but if I go over to the search bar and type in debug, things look a little differently now in my build and buy. I'm going to turn on just base game because I want to make this entirely base game, and for the most part when I'm scrolling through it just shows the items that normally come in your base game, but every once in a while you'll come across an object that was not in your game before, like that handmade toilet, and that by itself may not seem very interesting right now, but just hold your horses, we're going to get to the good stuff. Like right here where you can see all these gems and all these fish plaques, which normally you can only get through gameplay, but now they're available in my build and buy because I used those cheats. Now at this point you may be asking yourself, Tina, why would I want some random fish plaques in my game? Well, let me tell you, most of these decor items that are unlocked with debug are a lot cheaper than some of the other items in build and buy. So as I'm continuing to scroll down, I'm looking for plants because most of the plants you find in debug are completely free. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Most of the plants in debug are completely free. So one of the things that I like to do with these completely free plants is match them to the world around the lot, which means that by the time I finish my landscaping, my lot looks like it belongs in the world. Now let's talk about something else. We turned on Move Objects. This is what Move Objects does. Do you see how smooth that was scrolling around? So I can place objects wherever I need to, but that tree might be a little bit too big. So I'm going to hit the bracket key to make it a little bit smaller and it fits perfectly in there. This comes in it's so handy when you're decorating to be able to move things wherever you'd like without it snapping to the grid, and to size things up and down. It gives me more variety when I'm decorating and building, and that's just awesome. So now I'm going to keep scrolling through debug because I want to find more plants that match the world. And especially debug items, they tend to not have to be fully on the lot's grid, so I can make things go just outside of that line, and it blends things in even more. I will admit that I did get a little carried away starting to work on some of this landscaping because I get excited when I find all the plants that match, and it looks so good when it's blending into everything. But as you can see from the box that is open on the side where it says lot type and residential, that those numbers are not going up because every single thing that I am pulling out does not cost any money. But look at how much I have on this lot already. It's insane that I've got all of these plants, all of these trees, all of these rocks, all of these bushes, all of these flowers, and it's still completely free. No simoleons spent so far. Now the Move Objects cheat not only allowed us to move things around freely without snapping to the grid and then make things larger and smaller, it also allowed us to do this neat little trick. But first I've got to build some little pillars and a spandrel just so I can show you this trick so you can understand. I did pull out just the cheap base game stuff because it wasn't important what this part looked like, I just needed to be able to show you this cheat. So back in the debug where I found those hanging plants, I'm going to use either the 9 key to raise something or the 0 key to lower something to fit it perfectly into place. I thought this plant was a little too big, so I shrunk it down a little bit and then put it back into place, and isn't this just perfect? Think about all of the builds that you could be able to do with all of these hanging plants on your porches. The plants are completely free. It's perfect and amazing. You gotta admit that's pretty cool. So at this point, I'm just gonna continue going through Debug and pulling out some more cool stuff for you to see. I was being extremely dorky while recording this video for you. I was like pulling things out and I was like, ooh, look at this plant, ooh, look at this plant, ooh, look at this plant. And then I got very excited because while I was going through Debug, I actually found the exact fence that's in that background. I was like, how much more could this just show you guys how you can blend things into the world around you than being able to pull out the exact same fence that's back there. Not just plants, not just trees, not just rocks, but the fences too. It's so cool, you guys. And you saw for a second there, I pulled out the guardrail. I'm like, why do we have guardrails? Why are there even streets when we don't have cars? I'm just kidding. I'm not even that big of a fan of the cars anyway. But I am continuing to pull out random debug objects just so you guys can get an idea of the variety that you can find for free in this menu. Like, it's insane the amount of things that you can find. Like, there's a plane. Do you need a plane? I'm sure that most of you, if you've watched my videos before, recognize that bag of coffee. I'm sure everybody uses it to decorate, as well as those flower bags. I use them all the time to decorate my builds for free. Anyways, let me stop being a dork. So one thing that I will warn you about is not everything works in Debug. There are certain objects that when you go to try to use them, either the pattern on them changes, your Sims will walk through them, or things like if you want to use cups and such to decorate your tables, they will begin to spoil just like as if your Sim left them out themselves. And it's not great. We are coming to the end of this video, so if you have enjoyed this, if you found this useful, let me know in the comments below. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like, you can subscribe to me. I will be using this lot later in the week to build a secret hideout house. It's gonna be awesome, so I hope all of you have a wonderful day. Like 1 out of a billion, the score is 1 billion. Have a great one, and I'll see all of you later. Bye!